changing frame, the cushions give, the air drifts in, we let it live. Your fingers curl around my hand, the world steps back just as we planned.
A steady pulse beneath the sound, a gentle calm that wraps us round. I rest my head, you're always near, the outside fades when you are here.
Close enough to hear the quiet breeze, two hearts leaning into ease, no lines to trace, no signs to feel, close enough for silence speaks what's real. Small stories spill and find their end. You smile like someone I've always known.
Nothing else is pulling me in this small space, we're finally free.
Your voice moves slow, it settles in, every word pulls my focus thin.
I follow the shape, your hand reveals, the moment bends, the seconds kneel.
Close enough to hear the quiet breeze, two hearts leaning into ease, no lines to trace, no signs to feel, close enough where silence speaks what's real.
The evening falls on a quiet room, familiar air, a borrowed gloom. The chair still waits where I once sat in, and the habit of you stays under my skin.
I laid my thoughts where the night won't sleep. Old goodbyes run shallow, but they run deep. The walls don't speak, but they listen in, and the habit of you stays under my skin.
Your name, my name, in the way I breathe, in every moment I can't quite leave. We don't go back, we don't begin, but the habit of us stays under my skin. Tone in the words I choose, in every silence I still misuse. The music fades, but I give in, 'cause the habit of you stays under my skin.
Your way of moving, calm and sure, taught my hands what to reach for. The memory thins, but it settles in, and the habit of you stays under my skin.
Your name, my name, in the
without a sound. A steady calm settled around. Your presence pulled me into place, and certainty found its face.
The world fell back, no need to speak. Your fingers met mine, firm but meek. You said this starts with what we do. And in that breath, I trusted you. And I trusted you.
The promise we spoke, clear and real, not loud or sworn, but meant to feel. No doubt to chase, no fear to fight. The promise we spoke still holds us tight. The promise we spoke still holds us tight.
Shifting truths we didn't plan, but what we chose still stands in view. I see it now in me and you.
Some things remain, though forms may change. They deepen quietly, rearranged. What we began without display still grows with us in its own way. The promise we spoke, clear and real, not loud or sworn, but meant to feel. No doubt to chase, no fear to fight. The promise we spoke still holds us tight. The promise we spoke still holds us tight. Laying amber on the land, I saw her smile, sunlight caught in her hands. She stood so easy, like she'd always been there. That quiet kind of magic in the open air.
I felt my heart when the daylight grew thin. He wiped his brow, dirt and hope on his skin. No fancy words, just a look that stayed. And I knew right then, some things don't fade.
Dust on our forever, drifting soft and slow.
Sweet smell of clover, fields we used to know.
Every stolen second, more than we could measure. I still feel that dust on our forever.
The night came gentle, stars above the plain. We talk about leaving, we talk about without staying. She traced her name in the worn-out ground, like she was claiming every little sound.
But time rolls on like an old freight train. Still those moments ride the rain. Dust on our forever, drifting soft and slow.
Sweet smell of clover, fields we used to know.
Every stolen second, more than we could measure. I still feel that dust on our forever. That empty space still pulls me down. Your name hangs quiet in my head, but distance is what we never said.
The room exhales, the night leans in, a restless calm beneath my skin. I trace the hours one by one, still searching for
the space between then and now, where time won't break and hope won't bow. Through every turn, through all I allow, it's the space between then and now. Throughout these stations, it's a long day home. Skilled headache.
The passing days repeat the same, familiar faces, different. I catch your eyes in strangers' glances, like borrowed moments, missed chances.
The doorway waits unchanged and still, holding the shape of your will. Each quiet night I listen through for something close that sounds like you. It's the space between then and now, where time won't break and hope won't bow. Through every turn, through all I allow, it's the space between then and now. To all of these stations, it's a long day hang, and I'm still here. We were young on the edge of nowhere, long evening stretching thin. You turned once, caught me watching, like the moment pulled us in.
You reached out without a warning, said my name like it was true. We left a mark without a trace, just standing there.
take still stays with me, a quiet vow we couldn't see.
Years rolled on, lives rearranged, but something real refused to change. What time didn't take still stays with me. I moved on, the world got louder, every dream demanded more. But in the dark I felt you near, like a sound I'd heard before.
I stayed back, let the days repeat, watch familiar faces fade. Something in me never left, still holding what we never said. What time didn't take still stays with me, a quiet vow we couldn't see.
Years rolled on, lives rearranged, but something real refused to change.
What time didn't take still stays with me. That quiet room before we spoke, when every word felt heavy close, the clock leaned in, the silence stayed, and we held our breath before the choice we made.
The lights burned low, the night stood still. I felt your doubt, I felt your will. The air was tight, the moment froze, right before the path we chose.
The moment when we chose to stay, two steady hearts afraid to say the truth out loud, but deep within, that's where forever tried to begin. The moment when we chose to stay
still follows me along the way. The years moved on like they always do, but I still hear that quiet cue when everything was hanging thin and all it took was leaning in.
I pass that hour from time to time, it feels unchanged inside my mind. No matter how the world goes on, that moment still feels drawn in stone. The moment when we chose to stay, two steady hearts afraid to say the truth out loud, but deep within, that's where forever tried to begin. The moment when we chose to stay
Still follows me along the way.
I shake off the day, let the hours align. That familiar pull hits right on time. The air feels charged like something will start. I hear your voice before I follow my heart.
I take one last look before stepping outside. That quiet excitement I never hide. The city slows down, the noise lets go. It's one of those nights where the feeling says go.
Those easy moments catching us whole, where every laugh fits into the soul. Wrapped up close, nothing out of sight. Oh, the way the evening finds us feels right.
The sound around us fades into air. Your fingers find mine without a care.
We move in time without a plan, like we've always known where to stand.
The hours may drift, but the spark stays true. That soft pull always leads me to you.
What we share needs no disguise. It's written plain when our worlds align. Those easy moments catching us whole, where every laugh fits into the soul. Wrapped up close, nothing out of sight. Oh, the way the evening finds us feels right. It was a quiet space at the edge of then. The sound fell out of the world we were in. I stood unsure, not ready to know how one small touch could shake me so.
I was still learning who I might be, carrying hopes I couldn't yet see. I didn't know what my heart would find until your presence met mine.
The moment it changed without a sign, one simple closeness crossing a line. Everything paused, the past grew thin. A love was born right where it began. In the moment it changed. Years move fast, fade dim, shoes by the door, the lights turn thin. Your hand in mine, easy and sure. The noise fades out, the calm feels pure.
The clock hums low, the curtains sway. We made it through another day. Your shoulders steady, close and clear. The world slows down when you're right here.
Peace in the silence, two hearts unwind, setting down the weight we carried inside. No plans to chase, no wheels to steer. Peace in the silence, everything's here.
The kettle sings, then settles down. A simple sound in a quiet town. I tell you a thought, you smile again. In moments like this, the day makes sense.
Your voice is gentle, low and true. Every small word pulls me through. I trace your hand, don't rush the feel. Time eases back, the moment's real. Peace in the silence, two hearts unwind, setting down the weight we carried inside. No plans to chase, no wheels to steer. Peace in the silence, everything's here. Were closed, the night felt wide, quiet pressed in from every side. Your fingers found a place in mine, and everything fell out of time.
A distant sound drifted through the air, soft enough that we didn't care. I saw tomorrow and how you stayed. Every fear I had began to fade.
Moving together, step by step, every breath a promise kept. Nothing else was anywhere,
just this moment that we shared. Your voice rang close, then settled in like something sure beneath my skin. The night stood still, let us be, as if it knew where we should be.
I turned around, you pulled me near. The outside world just disappeared. If time ran out and truth ran free, I'd still be here where you found me. Moving together, step by step, every breath a promise kept. Nothing else was anywhere,
just this moment that we shared.
streets were dry, a restless ache I couldn't hide. You were standing there, the lights turned low. Your eyes said more than you could show.
The weeks run fast, the bills don't wait. We've carried more than our fair weight. But your voice is calm, your heart stays true. In all this noise, I lean on you.
When the days wear us down, when the nights spin around, we hold tight,
We don't
let go. Through the doubt, through the strain, when it's hard to explain, love's the one thing we still know.
The hours stretch, the silence hums, but close to you, I feel undone. Your steady breath, the way you stay, gets me through another day.
We've bent, not broke, learn when to bend, let go of fights we couldn't mend. And though the years have changed our skin, every mark shows where we've been. When the days wear us down, when the nights spin around, we hold tight, we don't let go. Through the doubt, through the strain, when it's hard to explain, love's the one thing we still know. The room felt close, the air stood still, the clock ticked loud against our will. Your coat hung loose by the doorway frame. I knew that night would never be the same.
Slow footsteps cross the hardwood floor. We'd said these lines 1,000 times before. You held my hand like you always did, but love can fade where it once lived.
Though late night truths and tired eyes holding on while the moment dies. We stay too long, then let it lie. Oh, letting go without a goodbye.
The radio played, but we didn't hear.
I said more than words could do. But morning came and we knew the truth. The open door waited in quiet grace.
But I still feel you in that space.
So late night truth and tired eyes holding on while the moment dies. We stay too long, then let it lie. Oh, letting go without a goodbye.
Voices fall to a softer tone. Time slips thin where we stand alone. The space between us pulls me in. The world feels close, just her and him.
Your fingers rest, a steady sign, quiet warmth tracing the line. Everything slows without a sound. In this stillness, I'm safe and found.
Those open hours where the smiles stay in a hush that bends our way. Hearts held close, gentle and right. We came alive in those open hours.
A faint familiar drifts and fades, a feeling kept, not something said. Your laughter lands, then settles there, and I forget the rest, I swear.
The days roll on, the moments change, but what we felt won't rearrange. Those open hours where the smiles stay in a hush that bends our way. Hearts held close, gentle and right. We came alive in those open hours. Stayed lit through another night. Every word rehearsed, then left behind. Now there's dust on the screen, silence in the air, voicemails I never sent, love we couldn't repair.
I still hear your tone when the line goes low, but it's just a memory from a year ago. The signal's gone, no call comes through tonight. Messages that never play, no comfort tonight.
Messages that never played, where our voices should be. messages that never played in this empty space. I tried to keep us talking, chose my words with care, but the nights ran long and you weren't there. Now stare at the time where your name remains. Messages that never played, love lost in the wait.
I remember the sound when we laughed out loud, but the line went quiet, the world fell out. No more late night calls, no reasons to stay. Messages that never played, fading away.
Messages that never played, where our voices should be.
Wide as the distance between you and me.
No ring left echoing, no words to embrace, just messages that never played in this empty space. I boxed up your letters, stacked your frames by the door.
Kick down that shirt you left hanging a year before.
I changed all the stations so your song wouldn't play.
Thought I was fine till your name slipped out today.
I almost learned to let go, had my hand on the handle, had my foot on that road. I was sure I could stand in this house on my own. I almost left our old ghosts out there in the cold, but my heart keeps hanging on. I've almost learned to let go.
Friends say I'm smiling more than I used to.
I can walk past that diner and not look for you.
I sleep through the night now most of the time, but your shadow still shows up in the corner of my mind.
I almost learned to let go, had my hand on the handle, had my foot on that road. I was sure I could stand in this house on my own. I almost left our old ghost out there in the cold, but my heart keeps hanging on. I've almost learned to let go. Yes, healing ain't a straight line, it's a slow, crooked mile. Some days I don't miss you, then I break at your smile. In an old photograph that I tried to throw away, I get better, then I slip back one step a day. I almost learned to let go,
Had my hand on the handle,
had my foot on that road.
I was sure I could stand
In this house on my own, I almost left our old ghost
out there in the cold, but my heart keeps hanging on. Yeah, my heart keeps hanging on. I've almost learned to let go.
Sunrise hit that rusted sign, same one shining when you drove away.
Dust on the hood of your old Ford still spells our names in a crooked trace.
I traced it once, then one more time, like I could write you back in place.
Wind kicked up your tire marks till even the dirt forgot your face.
I stood where we ended, right there in the gravel and the quiet, where you said you were finished.
The echo still argues, still denies it.
All that's left of forever is a busted tail light on the pavement.
I stood where we ended,
Just to hold on to the last
second we had left.
Your jacket's on the porch rail, sleeves still folded where you held my hand.
Mailbox full of old news, nothing in there says you changed your plans.
Dog keeps staring down the road like he heard your engine start.
I keep hearing you say goodbye till it burns a hole right through my heart. I stood where we ended,
Right there in the gravel and the quiet, where you said you were finished.
the echo still argues, still denies it.
All that's left of forever is a busted tail light on the pavement.
I stood where we ended,
Just to hold on to the last second we had left. If time moves on with every step,
guess I'm standing here to stop it.
one boot heel in yesterday,
One hand on the door you locked.
I stood where we ended.
Right there in the gravel and the quiet,
Where you said you were finished.
but my heart's still standing there beside it.
All that's left of forever is your shadow fading in the distance.
I stood where we ended,
Holding on to the last moment of our existence. fell for my boots by the back door. Mud on the heel, red dirt on the floor.
You laughed when I sang off the radio line.
Said don't you dare ever smooth out that side. Love me without changing, take me like you found me. Crooked little smile, calloused hands around you. I don't need polishing, I just need your faith in every scar and mistake that made me this way. Love me without changing.
I know I can talk like a hard-headed man, 'cause at the world when it don't go as planned.
You just touch my arm, say I know that heart. Leave all your edges, that's my favorite part. Love me without changing, take me like you found me. Crooked little smile, calloused hands around you. I don't need polishing, I just need your faith in every scar and mistake that made me this way. Love me without changing. One day we'll be older, slower to rise.
Lines on our faces telling our lies.
Promise you this, if you promise me to, I'll stay this version, you stay you.
Oh, stay you.
Love me without changing, take me like you found me. Laugh lines and teardrops, all the truth around you. I don't need polishing, I just need your faith in every scar and mistake that made me this way. Love me without changing. You burned your name in my old front door. Cardboard boxes never made the floor.
Bare feet dancing on a dusty rug. You said I ain't leaving, like it weren't a choice at all.
Staying wasn't a question, it was breathing, it was air. Like Sunday in the kitchen, your old sweatshirt and my old chair.
Some things you don't decide on, they just feel like they've been there. Staying wasn't a question long before I said I cared.
We missed that turn on the county line, kept on driving, talking past midnight.
Your hand found mine like it always knew.
Windows down, dirt road, world got small till it was you. Staying wasn't a question, it was breathing, it was air. Like Sunday in the kitchen, your old sweatshirt, my old chair. Some things you don't decide on, they just feel like they've been there. Staying wasn't a question long before I said I cared.
Other hearts packed up their bags, left mine sleeping on the floor.
You just set your keys down, hung your hat behind the door.
'Cause staying wasn't a question, it was breathing, it was air. Like headlights in the driveway, like that old dog on the stairs. Some things you don't decide on, they just feel like they've been there. Staying wasn't a question, it was you, it was here, it was prayer.
You packed that suitcase twice in '92. Said you knew there's more out there than this old front room view.
You chased down every sunrise on roads I never took, but through every open doorway,
This heart stayed put.
This heart stayed put right here by the phone. Kept your side of the mattress warm in this little worn out home. Through the thunder, through the changes, through each empty Sunday pew, the world kept spinning circles. This heart stayed put on you. You sent some worn out postcards from towns I've only heard.
names I still mispronounce, but I memorize each word.
Friends said I was foolish to live on what we were.
But love's an old deep-rooted tree, and mine held firm.
This heart stayed put right here by the phone. Kept your side of the mattress warm in this little worn-out home. Through the thunder, through the changes, through each empty Sunday pew, the world kept spinning circles. This heart stayed put on you. Now your key scrapes that same lock as you stumble in at dawn.
Hey, lines around your suitcase, eyes from every road you're on. You say I never meant to leave you.
I just smile and point right here to this ring, this room, this promise
that's been waiting all these years. This heart stayed put, like the Bible by our bed, like your boots by the back door, just the way you left them then. Through the thunder, through the changes, through the long years missing you, the whole wide world kept moving. This heart stayed put on you. We were kids in Sunday shoes, dust on your hem, grass stains on mine.
First kiss by the rusted gate, you laughed and said, we got nothing but time.
Time couldn't take this, couldn't wear it thin, couldn't fade your name from my careless grin. Years ran off like rain down a roadside ditch, but it never washed out what I feel like this. They can change this town, they can bend my will, but time couldn't take this, and it never will.
First place we stayed leaked when it rained. You patched the roof with an old blue tarp.
We danced in the drip with a baby on your hip. You said hard years only soften the heart. Time couldn't take this, couldn't wear it thin, couldn't fade your name from my careless grin. Years ran off like rain down a roadside ditch, but it never washed out what I feel like this. They can change this town, they can bend my will, but time couldn't take this, and it never will. There's silver in your hair now,
There's lines around my eyes,
but right there in your half smile, I still see that rusted gate July. Time couldn't take this, couldn't wear it thin, couldn't fade your name from my careless grin. Years ran off like rain down a roadside ditch, but it never washed out what I feel like this.
let the days roll on, let the clock stand still.
Time couldn't take this, time never will.
You took off that borrowed white dress, hung it up on a rusted nail, said love ain't some easy promise.
It's worn boots, one broke down trail. We had bills on the kitchen counter, leaking roof, busted down rails. But you slipped your hand in my hand, said, baby, we ride or we bail. We chose the hard miles,
Not the highway, dust in our teeth, praying for rain. Laughing through flat tires and heartache, holding on tight through every pain. Could have turned back at the first sign of trouble, could have walked out a long time ago. We chose the hard miles, not the halfway. That's why this love still goes. Remember that winter eviction, boxes stacked high in the snow.
losing a home, love is just walls we used to know.
We slept in that beat-up Chevy.
Your head on my flannel sleeve,
You whispered, so long as you're with me.
I got more than I need to breathe.
We chose a hard miles, not the highway, dust in our teeth, praying for rain. Laughing through flat tires and heartache, holding on tight through every pain. Could have turned back at the first sign of trouble, could have walked out a long time ago. We chose the hard miles, not the halfway. That's why this love still goes.
Years carved their lines on our faces,
Like ruts in a red dirt road. Every scar, every small saving grace is a story only we know. We chose a hard mile, not the highway, dust in our teeth, praying for rain.
dancing through shut doors and long days, counting each loss as part of the game.
Could have turned back at the first sign of trouble, could have walked out a long time ago. We chose the hard miles,
And I choose them again, as long as the road leads home.
Same old screen door squeaks the same way. You kick off your boots, drop your keys in the tray.
That tired denim jacket still hangs by the light. Everything's changing, but your hand still feels right.
Your hand still feels right in mine, like it always did. From back road summers to 2 kids and a crib, this world keeps spinning out past that porch tonight. But here in this house, your hand still feels right. Bills on the counter, dust on the frame, laugh lines showing up around your name.
We've said hard things, we've slammed that door tight,
But we always come
feels right in mine, like it always did. From first slow dances to bruised and stubborn hearts mended. Storms keep rolling across our little life.
Let the sky do what it wants.
Your hand still feels right. One day the kids will go, empty rooms, quiet halls.
But I'll still reach across that worn out quilt when night falls.
If I lose every sure thing, every map, every sign,
I'll follow your fingers back home every time.
your hand still feels right in mine.
After all these years, through broken plans and dried up tears,
If I've got nothing but you in this pale porch light, I'll still be grateful. Your hand still feels right.
You still pack my lunch in that brown paper bag.
fold the corner twice, write a heart, write my name.
Coffee on the counter, kiss before I drive.
Same old shirt, same old town, same flame.
Love me the old way, slow like a front porch swing. Hold me the long way, arms wide, say everything.
We don't need bigger, brighter, strange.
Let the years do what they may. Baby, just love me. Love me the old way.
You take Friday night and you tie up your hair.
Bare feet in the kitchen, radio turning low.
2 plates, 1 prayer, then we dance by the sink.
Laugh at my 2 left feet.
Move close.
Let the world chase something new. I'll take Sunday in a pew beside you. Wrinkles, grays, and grocery lists, still my favorite kind of bliss. Love me the old way, slow like a front porch swing. Hold me the long way, arms wide, say everything. We don't need bigger, brighter, strange. Let the years do what they may. Baby, just love me. Love me the old way. We were kids with borrowed rings, hand-me-down dreams, living on coupons, coffee, and second-hand jeans.
You cried on that mattress when the bank called our loan. I said, baby, they can take this house, but not our home.
busted plans and broken belts and walls we never figured out. When the shine wears off and the bills come due, I'm still
standing beside you. Your dad got sick that winter. You drove every Friday night. Came home with red eyes, long sighs. Said I can't make this right.
You fell asleep at the table with your keys in your hand. I kissed your head